Hello everyone, welcome to Agentic AI Demystified with Studio, a series under TGIF and your backstage pass to get into the world of agent building. As we all know, supplier communication has always been complex, but what if an agent can handle it back and forth? And that's exactly what we are going to unpack in this episode. To talk more about this, I would like to invite Anshuj Rathi, our Senior Solution Area Expert for Business Application, Microsoft Agent. Thank you so much, Anshuj, for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Vishaka, for inviting me. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Anshuj. Anshuj, let's get into my first question. How the agents within Dynamics 365 ERP helps customers when it comes to making the process smoother and faster end to end?
Fantastic question. My Dynamics 365 has a lot of agentic capabilities with finance and operations.
Yeah.
It has agents which are for multiple functions, like for finance, you have finance and financial reconciliation agent where the accounting persons can very easily reconcile general ledger with the sub ledgers. Similarly, we have agents which help end users like you and me who are creating the expense report or entering the time in the systems can very easily create the expenses, looking at what are the invoices which are there in your mailbox,
Right.
or looking at how is your project allocation and then creating time sheets for you. So it's a fantastic all around agentic capabilities which are benefiting our customers.
Great. I think that leads me to the second question when it comes to very specific scenarios, procurement. We know that small delays in procurement pile up the big gap in system. How supplier communication agents help in scenarios of procurement when it comes to the buyers?
So normally in traditionally any industry you go, suppliers spend a lot of time communicating with the vendors.
Yeah.
Correct. Every morning when any buyer comes, he looks at all the reports, figure out these are the purchase order which are supposed to be received today or in a week's time, and then communicate it with the vendors whether it is coming on time or not. Supplier communication agent takes off all that manual task and the daily routine task off from the buyer's workload, and it gives a very efficient agentic capabilities where agent itself suggests to the buyer that where he has to communicate. In fact, it can create the mails for the buyers, and buyers just have to say that yes, I want to send this mail. That can automatically send the mail. Even does the follow up on the mails, that whatever mails are coming back, look at the mails and then look at that what are the purchase order which are getting affected by it. So it brings complete efficiency in the system. It reduces the total overall cost of your procurement organization.
I hear you when you say that we have everything in place like emails, the dashboard, the reports and analytics, everything is coming all together when it comes to leveraging the supplier communication agent.
Absolutely.
That's great. I think, Anshuj, it would be great if we could see all these things in action, how exactly it works when it comes to the agents in Dynamics 365 ERP. Yeah.
So let's get into the demo.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Dynamics Finance and Supply Chain has deep agentic capabilities for all business functions. You can see many of the agentic capabilities here. On the right hand side, you will notice Supplier Communication Agent, which can track all purchasing functions like looking at the purchase orders which are delayed and write emails to the vendor without manual intervention. So let's look at few of these functions. Supplier Communication Agent has identified all the purchase orders which have got delayed because of any reason. It has looked at the purchase order lines also and identified what are the purchase orders lines which are still open and drafted an email to the vendor. These emails can be automatically sent to the vendor without any manual intervention. The good part is that this agent can be configured based on whatever is every buyer's requirements are. Like he can very easily identify whether he want to send it or just automatically send the email to the vendor or just draft it and then on his click it needs to be sent. He can decide that whether it is for the delayed purchase order or unconfirmed purchase order, whether it is very formal or it can be, the language can be normal, casual. So this is the capabilities which give a lot of configurability to all the buyers to communicate with the vendors very easily. Once the vendors have responded to the emails, the agent can automatically read these emails and then looking at the mails can suggest to the vendor, to the buyer, whether the purchase orders will be supplied on time or it will get delayed based on the vendor's mail. Like in this case, you can see that system has detected that there is a change, and the change is also mentioned here that the line number 4 cannot be supplied on this particular date, and this is the quantity which the supplier is in a position to supply. Below is the mail which the supplier has communicated to us. And this changes which has come through the mail can automatically get applied to the purchase order, or the vendor or the buyer can reject or ignore these warnings and take actions manually. So this is a very easy use case of supplier agent. The capabilities are much deeper. Thank you very much.
With the help of this demo, now we could definitely understand how supplier agent is putting in those all agentic features and the capabilities to make the procurement and the buyer's life easy. Thank you so much, Anshuj, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode. Till then, bye bye.